every truck that you see leaving Rustenburg to KZN, how is Sheba so? You must know inside that truck is jobs.
Hello, our dear viewers. Thanks for checking in once again. If it's your first time, feel free to feel at home. But don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. Today, in our top story, we have Julius Malema addressing memorial of the late Primrose Bogatsu in South Africa. Let us see more.
Long live the undying spirit of Primrose, long live. Long live the fighting spirit of Primrose, long live. Thank you very much, DP, Releboe, our MC, and Tate Papiki, the chairperson of province, Deputy President TG, family, Releboe Muruti, and the speaker and all councillors and other political parties that are here, and the ground forces of the EFF. We are gathered here today to remember one of our own, and we do so without any shade of doubt. For because we're with her from the beginning to the end. When the EFF turns 13 on Saturday, Primrose Natla bana le rena ko Venda, because she was with us when we were starting the EFF, and she has been there throughout. Our problem, which I did request the leadership of the province, ke hore arna nako, because if you are burying her on Sunday and will be in Venda on Saturday, and we may not have an opportunity to say our goodbyes. So we thought it's important that we meet here today. So we said to the family, your loss is our loss. You must never think you are alone. For because it's always nice to celebrate a life of a loyal and disciplined member of the organization. So we come from Venda today with the Deputy President. We went to the village to say our condolences directly to the family. We are here now. And from here we are in Teflop to celebrate the contribution of Nkgopotse Tiro into the struggle of black consciousness as a build-up activity towards the 13th anniversary of the EFF. Now, Nkgopotse Tiro comes from here, comes from Zerast. So as you remember Primrose, you must know that Primrose comes from the land of the giants and not from the land of those who suffer from inferiority. You said today there's no problem in South Africa. There's a problem of unemployment. You solve that, you are done with our problems. Because no one wants an RDP. All of us want to build our own houses. Why should one man? Ntate oiwana ntimola approve a plan or when antlo swantse be yuang. Are ka ofela rena dintlo tsa rena di swantse di tshwana ha bone le o bona plan ka se shebe. Or ra di RDP ka ofela. What kind of a man wa batla ntlo tsa o tshwana le batho ka ofela? We want to draw our own houses in our own image. Are batli di RDP. You give us jobs, we'll build our own houses. You give us land, we'll build our own houses. You give us economic opportunities, we will build our own houses.
The chairman of AU is not happy with the xenophobic attacks in South Africa, and so he condemns it. Let us see more.
I was in South Africa a month ago. I met President Ramaphosa, and I met Minister Lamola. The statement, the official statement is that we condemn that. We do not support that. And they made it even with me in a press conference with the foreign minister. He said if there are illegal migrants in South Africa, they have to be handled through the proper channels of the law of the country. This is the statements. But at the same time, we see that these people who are harassing, our African fellow citizens are free to do whatever they want. That's terrible. That's something that, sometimes makes us very sad. And sometimes you see people in uniforms just watching what's happening just next to them, and they see and yesterday I was watching the news. A Mozambican lady was destroying her own, shop, so that she do not, leave it to these people who are coming to, take it over. She was destroying herself, her shop. She has been working there for 20 years. So the human cost of this situation is terrible.
It doesn't appear that the South African authorities are responding to the magnitude that one would expect them to do. The persons who are funding these xenophobic attacks are known, and they've been left free to continue to do what they want to do, and so it's become something they are doing with impunity at very high cost to us. We had to charter planes to go to South Africa to evacuate our citizens. We operated 3 charter flights. As the continental body, AU should take an interest in this issue, because it has the potential to wreck everything that we have worked for: African solidarity, African integration, and all that. President Ramaphosa sent a delegation to me yesterday. We met with them, and I explained the reason why it was important for us to discuss it. I mean, sometimes these things happen, we want to sweep them under the carpet, but when we do that, we rather do not cure what the problem is, And so I told them, I said, Ghana, we don't harbor any malice against South Africa, but we're raising it as an issue for discussion to even give South Africa the opportunity to take that platform of the continental body and explain what they're doing to the world about the xenophobic attack.
A lot has been happening in Africa, and a lot still is happening in Africa. But should we think that some of African countries are trying to isolate South Africa because of the xenophobic protest that is still ongoing as we're speaking right now? So everyone come out with their ideas. People from different countries, but right now, just know South Africa stands still, stands strong, and the protest is still ongoing.
Under the guise of protesting against the recent wave of anti-illegal immigration protest that we have recently experienced here in the country. This campaign has sought to create an impression that South Africa is now a pariah state that must be referred to international courts, as some have asserted. This is despite numerous official government communication condemning acts of vigilantism against foreign nationals, asserting the state's primary role in enforcing immigration laws, and the commitment to the supremacy of our Constitution. More concerning has been the peddling of false information by a diplomatic representative of a country that has become central to this campaign. Even ordinary diplomatic exchanges over meetings have been deliberately misrepresented or distorted to create an impression that South Africa is being isolated. As the presidency, We firmly reject and caution against the peddling of misinformation against South Africa, and we further assert that any campaign that seeks to misrepresent what South Africa is and represents will be rejected with the utmost contempt that it deserves. Recent evidence has shown that this false campaign, concerning as it is faltering. South Africa is not isolated.
Back to Uganda. The head of Uganda Human Rights Committee, Miriam Wangadia, shed tears as she was defending herself after being accused on some cases. We got you more.
Let the chairperson finish making her submission before we chip in.
On behalf of the Uganda Human Rights Commission, as currently constituted, I apologize to His Excellency the President, to this Parliament, and to all the people of Uganda and all stakeholders. We have let you down. Mr. Chairman, allow me now to respond to just a few of the accusations leveled against me. But there are so many. I will just restrict myself to a few. Apology to this committee, to His Excellency, the President of Uganda, who appointed me to the position of Chairperson, Uganda Human Rights Commission, and to all the people of Uganda for the language I used when I spoke to the media in reaction to the vicious, relentless mental horror I have been subjected to since February this year. I used words which were impolite, insensitive, hurtful, and beneath my character. I recognize my Member of Parliament for Nakawa East, Senior Counsel. Congratulations, my MP. Honorable members, the institution I head has the widest mandate under the Constitution. Article 52 refers. This Article 52 lists not fewer than 9 responsibilities or tasks of the Uganda Human Rights Commission. In addition to these, there are others which may arise under the state of emergency. Today, honorable members, I should be attending to these functions. I should be supervising investigations. I should be reading files. I should be writing decisions or rulings. I should be constituting panels for tribunal sessions. Today, Mr. Chairman, I should be in the field hosting barazas, talking to refugees, interacting with stakeholders. I should be hosting press conferences talking about the major human rights issues of the day. I should be convening commission meetings. But, Chairman, I have spent the past 5 months fielding questions and defending myself before every media house in Uganda. I have spent the past 5 months telling them that I am not in hiding, that there is no investigation on me. My full-time job now is to defend myself against baseless, malicious, and defamatory accusations. Meanwhile, the work of at least 3 members of the Commission, that is half of the Commission, is to conspire against the chairperson and one of their colleagues, to orchestrate a smear campaign against her, to place defamatory stuff in the media, to lodge baseless complaints against her at every investigative agency on the land, to report her to the President, to the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, to the Attorney General, to Parliament, and do anything and everything to destroy her. Their constitutional mandate is irrelevant to them. The meetings they clamor for are not for work. They are intended to avail them a forum to humiliate, to harass, and taunt the chairperson. Where is value for money for the Ugandan taxpayer? Honorable members, you live in this country. You have watched and listened for yourselves to the psychological terror I, Commissioner Kaheru, and a staff member suffer every day. Yesterday, you hosted here members of the Commission. You listened to each one of them. You heard and witnessed the disrespect, contempt, hatred, and vitriol they harbor for me, their leader. You saw their demeanor. You heard their pettiness. I invite you just for a second to try to imagine what our meetings look like. Honorable Chairman and members, I was a member of the Uganda Human Rights Commission for 17 years. I actually was part of the Pioneer Commission.
Thanks for always following us, our dear viewers, on all our social media platforms. But don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. Because the more you do so, you support our journey so that we can reach the expected number and reach more audience. Don't forget to do so. We love you. I am Brian Pasco Sechito, PBS TV Uganda, straight to the world. We got you more.